Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a story that kicks off with something we've all felt, pure frustration with a software update. But this little moment of tech rage spirals into a global search for a new app, and it ends up revealing this huge fundamental clash in how technology is built around the world. It's a personal quest that honestly says a lot about the apps we all use every single day. I mean, we've all been there, right? You open up that one app you totally depend on, the one you've tweaked and perfected for your workflow. And boom, a new update has just completely wrecked it. Well, that exact moment of, "Are you kidding me?" is what starts our whole story. And it all happened to a writer named Alexander Avenarius. He felt his most crucial AI tool had been, and this is his word, destroyed. This wasn't just some minor annoyance for him. Nope, this was a full-on catastrophe that sent him on this desperate hunt for a replacement. A hunt that, as you'll see, ended in a very surprising place. So what on earth did OpenAI do to the ChatGPT app that was so bad? What was this brutal update all about?
Okay, so here's what happened. OpenAI decided to clean up the app by getting rid of 7 of its older AI models. Now, for most of us, maybe we wouldn't even notice. A simpler interface? Cool. But for a power user like our writer, it was a disaster. See, he had built these really specific workflows around the unique personalities of those older models. One was his go-to for coding help, another was perfect for brainstorming, and just like that, with no warning, his entire system was gone, wiped out.
So yeah, this unannounced change just kicked off a frantic search for a new tool, something that could give him back the power and the flexibility he just lost. The hunt was officially on. His goal was pretty simple. Find a single app that could be like a universal remote for AI, letting him talk to all the different models from all the different companies in one place. And pretty quickly, the search narrowed down to 2 big contenders, an app called ChatHub and this really powerful Chinese app called Monica.
After a week of putting them head-to-head, one app just pulled way ahead as the clear winner. So why did Monica come out on top?
Well, it really all boiled down to 2 critical things. ChatHub was powerful for sure, but it had this one giant flaw. It only saved your chats locally on your device. So if you were working on your laptop and then switched to your phone, poof, your conversation history was gone. Monica, on the other hand, synced everything beautifully to the cloud. And maybe even more important, it let you ask multiple AIs the same question and see all their answers right there in one single integrated thread. For a power user trying to compare what the different models can do, that was the killer feature. But, the final nail in the coffin wasn't even a feature. It was a perfectly timed deal. He was still on the fence. Then one night, he's riding the bus home feeling pretty down because his soccer team just lost. He pulls out his phone and installs the Monica app. And right then, bam! It hits him with a one-time, first-year offer, 135 euros. He subscribed right there on the bus. Monica had a new fan. And this is where the story gets really interesting, because our writer realized his whole app hunting quest wasn't just about apps anymore. It uncovered this massive, fundamental difference in philosophy between how American companies and Chinese companies build software. So here's his theory. American software, still kind of haunted by the ghost of Steve Jobs, worships at the altar of simplicity. The number one rule is don't confuse people, even if that means you have to strip out powerful, useful features. But Chinese software, it plays a totally different game. It's not afraid of complexity at all. It's willing to build these incredibly feature-packed tools to serve the niche. Those hardcore power users who actually want all the bells and whistles. In fact, he came up with a name for this trend, American primitivism. He basically sees it as a cop-out, an excuse to avoid doing the really hard design work of making powerful tools that are also easy to use. Instead of rising to the challenge, companies just cut features, and power users are left out in the cold. And why does it make perfect business sense to serve that niche in China? Well, the scale is just mind-boggling. In a country of 1.4 billion people, a tiny niche market of just 1% is still 14 million people. That's a bigger customer base than the entire population of Sweden or Portugal. For a market that huge, building complex software isn't a risk, it's a massive opportunity. He then realized this market size equals quality rule shows up everywhere, not just in software. He saw the exact same pattern in AI language translation. The AI is brilliant in English, the biggest language market on Earth. It's really good in German, it's okay in Czech, and for his native Slovakian, the quality just falls off a cliff. It's a simple formula. A smaller market means less data, which creates a hard ceiling on quality.
So did this whole quest for complexity actually pay off? Oh, absolutely. He configured his new tools to be brutally honest with him, to be real sparring partners. At one point, he told an AI about his huge work plans while at the same time doing a 39-hour fast. And Google's Gemini didn't pat him on the back. It called him a magnificent hypocrite engaged in a masterpiece of self-sabotage. Now that was the kind of sharp, intelligent feedback he'd been looking for.
So, our author had found his shiny new tool, he'd written up all his findings, and he was all set to publish his big blog post declaring Monica the winner. But just as he was about to hit send, the story took a wild turn. I mean, picture this. He's got the whole story. He's got his new favorite app. He's got this grand theory on software philosophy all laid out. He's literally got his finger hovering over the publish button on his blog when a message from a friend pops up. It's a link to a news story that would completely flip his entire conclusion on its head. And yeah, his reaction pretty much says it all. So what was the big news? Turns out he was not the only power user who was absolutely furious. The public backlash against OpenAI's update had been so loud and so massive that the company actually listened. They reversed the decision. And OpenAI didn't just restore the old models. They added another new one, bringing the grand total to 8 different robots to choose from in the app. So, in the end, he didn't have to choose at all. He kept his ChatGPT subscription for its amazing in-house models, and he also kept his new Monica subscription to act as his universal remote for all the other top models out there, like Claude, Gemini, and Grok. He hadn't just found a replacement, he had accidentally built his own incredibly powerful AI ecosystem. And this whole journey leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. As we look to the future of AI, what's the real end game? Is it about finding that one single dominant app that tries to do everything? Or is the real power in building our own personal, vibrant ecosystem of specialized, intelligent tools that all work together? It's something to think about as you build your own digital world. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.